Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to resume a bit the birthday readings. Remember, we are in Pisces season, so we have a lot of Pisces idols that are having their birthdays coming up very soon, or they already had. So to celebrate this, I'm going to read today for Stray Kids Hyunjin, that he was requested actually like a while ago. People wanted to know like an update about him, like a tarot reading for him, so I thought that to um, to use his birthday as an excuse to do a reading for him. So let's see the energies that he got available. The cards that he got is the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. And then from the card of the Oracle of the Chakras, he got Dedication. And I believe he's not the first idol that I got the card Dedication. So they're also a very meaningful card, a very meaningful message, because it repeats. So let's talk a bit about Hyunjin's energy first. Astrologically, he is a sun in Pisces, but his moon is in Virgo. So he's also one of these idols that have this combination. Actually, this happens a lot in K-pop. There's a lot of Pisces Sun, Virgo Moon, or Virgo Sun and Pisces Moon. So yes, very interesting, very artistic, but also is a bit complex to deal with emotions when you have that combination. But it has a lot of rewards when it comes to being hardworking and having like a very dedicated mindset about to be the best version of yourself. In his case, he can be all this very sweet Piscean nature, but at the same time, he always has this moon in Virgo of his that sometimes he does remind me a bit more of a Virgo more than Pisces, because of the way it's like he doesn't communicate much, but he's a great observer. Probably he catches the details. You know, there's a lot of intelligence behind him. It's like he pays attention to the practical side of things. You know, the right things. He's not that like emotional. You know, in a sense that probably since you are a Pisces, like everyone expects you to be very emotional, but or a bit a very chaotic emotionally, you know, like all over the place with your emotions. But I think that when you are a moon in Virgo, somehow that energy allows you to focus on what's important, and to always be to always be focused on yourself and what you can work on yourself or fix on yourself. I don't know if the right word is fixing, but I think that it talks about self-improvement and also about being really harsh on yourself and to be a sort of perfectionist with yourself and others. So Moon in Virgo is not easy to deal with, in a sense that they can become a bit critic or have a bit of criticism, especially when they feel under pressure and they are not getting the results that they want. But they mean well. They want things to evolve. They want things to get better. They want things to be of better quality. Like they're always thinking about improvement. They're always thinking about reaching a level of perfection and being better. So they do push themselves a lot to achieve this. But yes, I think that since he is a Pisces, probably he does have like ways or means to communicate how he feels. You know, like he's not that confused. You know, his energy, I feel like, is a bit more stable, that he's not lost. You know, he's not a guy that is lost in his thoughts, or because sometimes having a moon in Virgo can be very overwhelming, to be honest, because you're always like constantly thinking about, you know, small details that probably don't matter, but for you it's impossible to not pay attention to. You know, it's like your energy is stuck there. Let's remember that also Virgo is ruled by Mercury, like Gemini, so they have this tendency to overthink a lot, to have this very fast thinking and thought processes, you know, that sometimes can be a bit too much for you, especially when you have to rest. But I think he manages it pretty well, pretty well. Um, One thing that I remember about Hyunjin's birth chart is that he has his Mars in Aries. So he's definitely someone that he probably is a much more passionate or straightforward Pisces than the rest of the more traditional Pisces. In a sense that he's more, he leans more towards action, taking action, you know, like what can we do to fix this? Let's do this. Like, let's put our bodies to work. Let's do this. Let's keep our energy running. Let's keep, like, he is not a guy that he's going to sit down and wait for ideas or projects or things to happen. You know, he has this very, once he sets his mind to something and he decides that is the right thing to do, he's very passionate. And also his energy is very strong because Mars rules our actions and our reactions. And since it's in Aries, that Aries is ruled by Mars, it's in a very comfortable, that energy is very comfortable in that planet. He can be like very dominant, you know, very straightforward once he takes action. You know, he's not the guy that you are going to run over. He can look fragile or he can look like a bit soft on the outside, but he is not that fragile. He's not that vulnerable as you think. He's a strong guy. He's a strong guy, and he's very honest. If you see the way he moves or the way he takes action or the way he moves towards a goal, you will notice that he is not that soft or he is not that fragile as people actually can actually see of him, because he is a Pisces. So sometimes he does give you this image of very, very soft, a bit feminine, yes, a bit like dreamy, like out of this world. But actually, with that Mars of air in Aries of his, he's actually a very masculine person. He's very like, he's an achiever. You know, he's someone that he works his body, and he's very competitive. So if he wants to win, he will make it. Let's talk about the cards that he got. Let's talk about the tarot. So, because I went too much ahead with the astrology, it's just that it's been a while since I read for Hyunjin, so I'm excited. I think that Hyunjin, honestly, it's going through a phase of a lot of emotional fulfillment. He's feeling abundant in a lot of, in different aspects of his life. You know, work, in his personal life, with his family, with his friends, with his career, with himself. You know, there's a sense of unity. You know, there's a sense of, wow, I'm really lucky that I am in this state right now, in this place, you know, where I feel very satisfied. I think that last year probably was a very successful year for him personally, because I am reading for him here individually, so I'm focusing on his energy. I think that he is slowly like letting go of a lot of anger that he had inside. You know, he felt very frustrated, actually. There were moments where he felt really sad, but not sad in a depressing way, just really upset because he couldn't express himself. And this is why I mentioned his Mars in Aries, because I think that after he was in hiatus and stuff, he did have a very strong energy of like, I wouldn't say he wanted to revenge people, but I think he was very upset with the people that decided to put him on hiatus, because he had, from his perspective, he had a lot of things he wanted to say, a lot of things he wanted to communicate. And yes, again, we have the Knight of Swords. So this means that for him to achieve this level of happiness and stability that he has right now, he had to fight a lot of his urge to speak up, or his urge to actually like wanting to, he probably wanted to fast forward the process. You know, he doesn't like waiting, he doesn't like to be sitting still. It's like he's always, like I mentioned, he's always looking to improve himself. So he was like, why don't you let me improve myself? You know, like, I will show you what I can do, but why don't you let me? Why don't you like give me a space? Give me the freedom to express myself. I need to express myself. You know, so now he's slowly like letting go of that anger, you know, of being like, okay, now I'm recovering myself. I'm recovering this unity with the members, this unity with my family, this unity with all the people that were hurt because I was gone. You know, there were a lot of instances of healing in Hyunjin's circumstances, and now he's like, okay, now I know that I have to use my energy for for the better, to not hurt my loved ones. And in the middle we have the Three of Pentacles. So probably, I know that Stray Kids is going to have a comeback. Is it possible? I think it is, because I saw something, but I don't remember if it's a comeback properly. But here we have the Three of Pentacles, that it's all about teamwork. So definitely Stray Kids is going to be very important and very like essential in his life. I mean, of course it is. But I think that the teamwork is something that is going to be very like highlighted, because there's a level of, we have to do things right, and I don't know what that means exactly. Um, but I think that there's also a lot of pressure from the company to actually having Stray Kids do things right. You know, there's this sense of, and I think that Hyunjin is showing me this here with the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles, is that the company is really like pressuring them. Like, I think that definitely when it comes to JYP, probably they depend, or they, I think that even from last year, they are depending a lot on Stray Kids' popularity to carry on the company. So it's a lot of pressure for them, because slowly it seems like a lot of groups or former groups are leaving. Literally, they're leaving. So it seems like Stray Kids is in this position of senior, you know, like, it's not that they are that old, actually, like, they are not in experience, but they have been around for quite a while. So, and new groups keep coming in, so they are put in this sort of like position of, okay, you need to be a reference for the new generations, or you need to be a reference for the new people to come. And actually they they still feel like they I'm sorry, that they themselves are in a position where they are still learning, you know, and for them, they are the young generation as well. So, you know, it feels like a lot of pressure. It feels like wow, like, okay, we need to take a lot more things into consideration, not just like the basics, that it's okay, we have a comeback, we have to train, we have to learn new choreography, we have to record, we have to get behind the creative process. It seems that now it's more like, it's like bigger responsibilities. You know, this is what I'm seeing here. So definitely I'm seeing like them actually feeling really honored in one way, because actually they do feel like, yes, like acknowledging and reviewing also their past experiences and being like, oh yes, we've been here for a while, so yes, maybe our experiences can help others. But they never saw each other as role models. You know, they always look up to other artists. So now that they are in this level of, I have people that are looking up at me. I'm like, like, oh wow, like this is, this is weird. This is a bit uncomfortable, but well. And I think, yes, there's a lot of pressure from the company as well. But they are working. They are going to be working with music, but they also going to be working on themselves, because they want to be seen as more mature, probably, because they have like all these people like admiring them, that they are like, okay, we need to show a more mature side of us, like we need to stop playing around a bit, so actually more people will respect us, and it's all about. And I think, you know what, actually I think that is a bit unfair, is that actually they they need to be working on themselves and their work and their fans. I think that what the company is doing here is putting a lot of pressure on them. That I think that, yes, they can be, like go and have like a conversation, like an inspirational kind of conversation with rookies, with trainees, but at the end of the day, they are not like the company. I think that the company is somehow using their popularity as this sort of like a standard. So they are like always mentioning Stray Kids. So putting them in this position, like, oh, if you have any kind of questions, or if you have like any kind of doubts, go talk to the Stray Kids guys. So there's this sense of also the company like washing their hands off, or of like, oh, we have to talk to these people. So I think that that's a bit unfair, because actually I see like Stray Kids like working with a lot of things. They do have a lot of projects of their own. They probably are going to have a concert of a lot of things that they have to focus on. So, also being a mentor, it's a lot. It's a lot. And also, I'm saying this because next to the Hierophant, I have the High Priestess. So since Hyunjin, since he's a Pisces and he is very intuitive, even though sometimes he wants to deny it, that he has an intuitive side, he's seeing things. It's like he's seeing the company's real intentions. He's like looking at them and he's like, I know what you're doing. Like, this is why I think that, like, for me, actually, it's more important to talk about him and how he's doing and how he's going to be. But somehow he's bringing the company in because the Hierophant is here. And since the High Priestess is here, he's also letting me know that he knows that behind the company there's a lot of hidden secrets, or there's a lot of hidden motivations. If they ask them to do certain things, it's because they have hidden interest behind that. They are not speaking the whole truth. That there's something fishy in there. There's something that he doesn't trust them. Like, oh, you come to us because you need us now, or you need of our presence, or you need of our influence to actually help you guide these new groups. And actually, it's like, you should have thought about this better, because if you have all these groups like debuting and stuff, I mean, you should manage your resources better. We are just one group, that we are also dealing with our group, with our success, with also keeping and working with the fans, working with the little things that we got, the moments that we got. This is also our moment. This is also Stray Kids' moment. So they need to keep working on themselves to show the best side of themselves. Not to babysit. This is what I'm getting, And I think that he knows that, and he actually feels a bit frustrated about this. But he is not going to say anything because he's like, I'm going to let things like happen on their own. I think that if I'm seeing this, it's probably because Hyunjin, because of what happened with him and his hiatus, probably he was able to see, to open his eyes and see about a lot of fishy things about JYP company that he probably never saw when he was when he wasn't in that very stressful situation. So I think that now he's looking at them with a very suspicious like look, like, I know what you're doing out there. I can see your manipulation tactics. Like, I know what you're doing. I can see how manipulative you are. You want us to work the double. You want us to do more of what we have to do so you can be sitting comfortable at your house, that everything is under control or taken care of. So but then we have the card of dedication. Dedication, it's a card that I think that it is showing me his energy of the year. That definitely he needs to keep working on himself and the group, and he needs to work on every aspect of himself, and also to build a good relationship with his loved ones. That he shouldn't leave his loved ones or his relationship with his family, his personal life, the people that he loves. He shouldn't leave them like aside because he's busy. Like art of dedication also talks about you taking care of your loved ones, of your family, of the people around you. Like, yes, you're going to be busy this year, but please don't forget to invest and also to take care your relationships, your personal relationships, your I don't know, romantic relationships, your family relationships, your friendships. Like, don't abandon your relationships because they are there for you. So probably they will need you to be there for them. So it's going to be a very busy year for Hyunjin actually. But I think that he's going to enjoy it. He's going to enjoy it because he feels much more secure right now, emotionally and mentally. He's in a better place right now. He's a strong guy. He's a very strong guy. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.